things at the 25. Smith, his first carry, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Jalen Ramsey.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and
He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing is Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Newton. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Falcons.
Now Ito Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11. Now it's Newton. Forced out to his left. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brought down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
This now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
He was defended by Jalen.
So with fourth down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deion Jones leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Another try after the first down sack. Brissett trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Allen with a pick. The return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
He was taken down.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Falcons 3, Saints 0.
His kick is right there. It's good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. He finds an opening past the 40. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there out of Kamara. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Hill going to try and run with it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. We'll call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Running with Kamara. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Looking deep for Julio. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. They take this across midfield and inside the 45. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Kamara, the ball.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Third down and 8.
Brissett now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw, Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Over the middle to Smith. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Newton. Pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Brissett sets to throw it. Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Smith found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Newton. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the red zone now, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3.
Makes the score Falcons 13, Saints 3.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw, I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. From the 27, Brissett. That one complete to Hill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Smith. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Newton. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Just shy of midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
He was tackled.
It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the second-round pick in 2018.
2nd and 6.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the pickup there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Brissett. Crossing route complete. It's Harris. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Going to be taken in by Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
4-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 36.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go with Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Open man is Hill. He's got it. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10.
Score, Falcons 13. Saints 10.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful. And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th. All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition. Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game. And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 14-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Kamara. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
Throw away and incomplete.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz.
Field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. When you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Newton to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. They snap it to Newton. The left side completion to Jones. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
37-yard line.
Now Brissett. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Brissett. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've